What's going on, guys? It's your boy Sunlight Cove here, and today we're going to be talking about the one and only Freddy Krueger, aka the Nightmare in Dead by Daylight. Yesterday, the Freddy Rework came to the live servers alongside the new tome, but that's what we're going to be talking about in a separate video. Rather, we're going to be talking about the Freddy Rework itself, and if it's actually good and redeems Freddy a little bit. Without further ado, let's get with this video, shall we? So, dream snares have gotten a massive change from just placing down a trap around the loop, making it the most useless thing in the entire world because survivors can leave the loop, to making it very similar to Pyramid Head's projectile attack. Obviously, there's some key differences here, where if you actually land a shot with Pyramid Head, you injure survivors, whereas with Freddy, you hit the survivors and two things would happen. One, if you're awake, they add time to the sleep timer. And two, if you're asleep, you slow down, but not by a lot. Just like with Pyramid Head, you can dodge the dream snares. I think this change was a really good one, seeing how it felt like in the original dream snares were supposed to be a chase thing rather than a trap based thing, because of the fact that it slowed down survivors and it could be placed mid-chase. It was also a good tracking tool for looking for survivors that may have accidentally stumbled upon a dream snare. You can't do that anymore. Now it's purely an anti-loop power, and does it do its job? I say yeah. It's not perfect by any means, but if you time your shots and aim perfectly, then this power can really fuck up survivor loops. Again, it's not perfect, but it's not a terrible anti-loop power either. Dream palettes also got an update, but this change I kind of have a problem with. It's not a bad change, but it isn't a good one either. It's like 50-50 when it comes to usefulness. What they did is you can now manually switch to the power and place down dream palettes just like in the original. But instead of being just an identical copy of the palette, you just drop it and now it has a blood drip effect on it. The big change is the new ability to be able to explode a pallet in now a 3.5 meter radius, which I feel is a situational tool where a survivor is not paying attention to the killer and the pallet, so when it explodes, it either damages the survivor if they're asleep or adds 60 seconds to the timer when they're awake. The same thing with dream snares. Now, the reason I say it's 50-50 is because sometimes it doesn't work the way you want it to. Unlike Houndmaster, it's not always going to be a guaranteed hit when you go to explode the pallet, because it has a 0.5 start time, which sounds very good on paper, but it actually kind of fucks you over when you eventually try to use the damn thing. It's a very situational anti-loop tool, which does sound good and is very satisfying when you eventually pull it off, but it's way too rare to be considered good. It's decent, but not good. The generator teleport got the single-handedly strongest buff ever. Now you can teleport to completed generators instead of being cucked in the endgame when that's the most crucial part of the game. Now when a generator is complete, you can just straight up teleport there and boom, you have all survivors around, or just a few. Either way, it's really strong. Being able to run discoordinates on Freddy and just watch him teleport away to a random generator mid-chase and slow down so much progress is fun to me. I play killer like everyone should. Be good and have fun, but also make it fair for the other side. By that, I mean play with my food so they have a chance at surviving, and when they do, I say GG's. Here's the thing, I know he has a healing teleport thing, but I never got to use it because none of the bots in the game stayed asleep long enough for me to use it, so I can't tell you if it's good or not. What do I think of the Freddy Rework, given the things I listed? Well, there's a lot of factors at play here. First is the reworked dream snare, which I'm in love with. Being able to slow down survivors mid-chase when they're asleep, or being able to put them to sleep, and maybe tick with them into running towards a dream pallet is amazing to me. Second is mentioned dream pallets. They have their problems, but given enough time and learning ways to use them, might be one of the best anti-loop powers. Third and finally is the generator and healing teleport. I think it's super beneficial to teleport to completed gens since it helps with the endgame and overall variety when it comes to this killer, but I didn't get a chance to test the healing teleport, so I don't know how good that is. With that out of the way, this is a pretty solid rework for a character that was always put in D tier. I'd say this rework has completely redeemed Freddy in a lot of places and made a little worse in some. I give this rework a 7 out of 10 and place Freddy at the very bottom of B tier, but high C tier. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay awesome, guys.